What's going on, guys? It's WrestleMania here, back with more news. Join us as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a legend burying a WWE star, Netflix potentially spoiling a huge WWE match, a former WWE star wanting to make amends, a leaked Survivor Series stage photo, AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon squashing their beef, Triple H's daughter and WWE creative, the truth behind a major WWE team-up, and much more. Legend buries WWE star. Our top story looks at surprising new comments from the legendary Bret Hart, who took aim at one of WWE's most respected stars, Sheamus. Sheamus is widely regarded as one of the best pure workers in the world today. However, during an appearance on the Johnny I Pro show, Hart criticized Sheamus's punches, claiming he doesn't know how to throw them properly. "I see guys throwing punches and they open their hand at the last second and slap the guy, then close it when they pull back. Who's that Irish guy? Sheamus does that all the time. Why don't you take 10 minutes and have someone teach you how to throw a punch instead of throwing that embarrassment of a punch?" These comments set social media on fire, with many fans calling Hart bitter for taking shots at several wrestlers this weekend. The criticism surprised fans, as Sheamus is almost never knocked for his in-ring work. Even his punches have never been an issue before. Hart has previously stated he dislikes overly stiff styles, and he has also criticized Gunther's physicality. Still, Sheamus, a huge Hart fan, is likely disappointed. Hopefully, the comments don't impact his confidence moving forward. On a more positive note, Hart did name Rey Mysterio one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Sorry, El Dandy. Did Netflix spoil a huge WWE match? Netflix's preview graphics for Raw and SmackDown are usually generic, but this week's Raw image caught fans' attention. The graphic features CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul, even though two of those names aren't Raw talent. This has led to speculation that tonight's Raw will host the men's War Games Advantage match, featuring CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. It makes sense given the history between the four. It would also be a major match to run on free TV, two world champions teaming up, plus Punk versus McIntyre in a high-profile bout for the first time since their Hell in a Cell classic last October. If true, it's surprising Netflix hasn't updated the graphic, especially since Rhodes, McIntyre, and Paul aren't currently advertised for the show. As for the Women's War Games Advantage match, the taped SmackDown episode confirms that Asuka will face Charlotte Flair. Former WWE star wants to make amends. Mr. Kennedy has long held resentment toward Randy Orton and John Cena after they played key roles in his 2009 firing. After Kennedy delivered a reportedly unsafe back suplex to Orton, Orton complained to Vince McMahon and Cena backed him up. Kennedy was fired immediately. Despite many former stars returning over the years, Kennedy hasn't made a single WWE TV appearance since. However, speaking on the Championship Sports blog YouTube channel, Kennedy revealed he's ready to move on. "There were years I hated those guys. But one day I realized me hating them doesn't do anything. They don't care." Kennedy also revealed he visited Raw in 2020 and had a positive 45-minute conversation with Orton, though they didn't discuss the incident. Kennedy said he'd like to fully clear the air someday. A WWE return is not off the table. He'd be a great fit for a Royal Rumble or even a Saudi show. WWE going all out for Survivor Series? This year's Survivor Series, War Games, marks the first ever stadium edition of the event. The move was initially criticized by journalists who questioned WWE's ability to sell tickets, but sales are now extremely strong, helped by major names like Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar. Fans have wondered whether WWE would create a special stadium-sized stage like WrestleMania. Unfortunately, leaked photos show a standard setup, 2 cages, a basic canopy over the ring, and a typical WWE screen. However, the stadium's layout may allow for impressive lighting and graphics once the show airs. AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon squashed their beef a decade ago. AJ Lee, then Divas champion, publicly criticized WWE for not giving women equal pay and opportunities. The tweet was directed at Stephanie McMahon and supposedly caused backstage heat. But on Stephanie's new podcast, the two finally addressed the issue. McMahon praised AJ, "You were the champ, so you had a lot to lose. But you had the courage to fight for what you believed in. The audience connected with you in such a special way. Stephanie admitted that the women's evolution happened because of talents like AJ, not executives. It was surprising to hear the infamous incident discussed so openly, but fans appreciated the honesty and closure. Triple H's daughter and WWE creative Stephanie McMahon revealed that her daughter, Aurora Rose, has shown interest in working in WWE since childhood, not as a wrestler or executive, but as the boss, like her grandfather Vince McMahon. Aurora spent her early years backstage, attending production meetings and training with Natalya. But Stephanie noted that the scandal surrounding Vince deeply affected her daughter's career aspirations. Aurora always saw a path forward in the business. When everything happened, that path wasn't there anymore. Still, with Triple H now running WWE Creative, a future in the company isn't impossible. Legendary announcer exits AEW. Tony Chamel's backstage run with AEW has come to an end. Speaking on All Access Entertainment, Chaimel reflected positively, "They run things differently, but the people there are nice. It was a good little run." It's unclear if he'd return to WWE, though with Lillian Garcia already back, it's not impossible. AEW to counter-program WWE? John Cena's final match will be one of WWE's biggest events of the year. With AEW Collision scheduled for the same night, fans questioned whether AEW would counter-program. A new press release confirms they won't. The December 13th episode of Collision will air at 4:30 p.m., creating a large gap before Cena's show. It's the right move. AEW wouldn't stand a chance head-to-head. Truth behind major Team UP. Last week, it was revealed that Roman Reigns and CM Punk will appear together in the new Zootopia sequel. According to new reporting from Fightful Select, Disney specifically wanted both wrestlers as a pair. Punk agreed first, with Reigns later signing on, reportedly because he knew his kids would love it. Their chemistry from last year's Survivor Series War Games reportedly helped land the roles. Their performance was one of WWE's most viewed Instagram reels in history. This weekend, Reigns and Punk will again team up inside War Games, though fans continue to push for a major singles match, one that feels destined for a future WrestleMania.